we're doing it with a letter today, but basically what a clipping mask is if you have multiple objects, on top of each other, you can cut the top object, like shape or letter form, from the bottom object, and so then you can make, so that's, for example, how, like, if I drew a picture of mountains and I wanted to make a logo where the mountains were in a circle, I would do the drawing of mountains, then I'd put a circle over it, and then I would use then I would make a clipping mask. And I'll actually show you a point at which I did that, but not right now. So what you want to do here is grab a picture of a pattern of some sort or some kind of texture or something. So you can just Google image search. I did snake things, but I'm going to do like feather. Let's do paisley. I don't know. Do whatever you want for a pattern. This is sort of cool. So I'm going to pull that bad boy right in here. And it's too big, so I'm going to resize it. I'm holding shift so it doesn't get all funky, short, fat, tall, skinny. And I'm going to cut a letter form out of this, so I have a patterned letter, which is sort of rad. So I'm going to do my first initial. So here's the pattern. Take a text tool and click. And in thinking that I want to get a lot of this pattern in it, I don't want a thin or small letter because we won't really be able to see much of the pattern. So I want a thick letter. There we go. I'll do Arial black. And I'm going to make that letter super big on this pattern so that I get a lot of the pattern within the letter. Oops. And again, I'm holding shift as I resize this letter to make it big. Ooh. So now I have my letter and I have my pattern. I need to make my letter into outline. So right now it's a typographic character, but I want to make it into a vector shape. So I'm going to, with the letter selected, I'm going to go to type.
How do I make my letter bigger?
You can either resize it, like if you click on it with your selection tool, you can resize it with the corners holding shift, or you can go to your character menu, which is over here, and make the size bigger. So I'm selecting my letter. I'm going to go to type and create outlines. So now rather than an S, this is a S-shaped shape. I'm going to select the S and hold shift and select the pattern as well. So both things are selected. And then I'm going to go to Object, Clipping Mask, and Make. And yay, I have a Paisley S. Now if I wanted it to be smaller, I could resize it, and the Paisley will resize with it. If I decide I don't like that, I can always come over here and say Release Mask. Undo that though because I like it. So there you go. I can totally see this working for some like yearbook designs, maybe getting some kind of like tartan, like plaid fat. I don't know. I'm having some ideas myself, but all right, we're gonna save this as a PNG. Export as, make sure it says your name, type. And and I'm gonna put it in my own folder. So let's see, I'll go to my desktop, put my GD folder, there we go. Okay. And right now, I'm gonna put this up on the classroom. Oh, I think it's actually up there. Let's see, is it? Typography Illustrator activity, beautiful. And looks like some of you already even did it. That's fabulous. So just put in your activities and turn that bad boy in. I'll give you 2 minutes to finish that up because I need to use the restroom. And then we're going to move on to some creative thinking, planning for our yearbook cover. Drop a couple of papers at the end of the desk. Just take one and pass it on. Need more. Oh, time's up. So in front of you, there is a paper that says brainstorming, and on the back, there's like little sketch areas for yearbook covers. If you'd rather do stuff in your notebook, that's totally fine. And you'll notice it says like a different teacher's name at the bottom. I like borrowed this from someone and forgot to change the name. So let's see. I usually like to do this on the board, but maybe I'm going to try something new here. Oops.